YouTube, you know who it is. It's your boy DJ Cool Thing. Welcome back to another video on my channel. And today's video is all about Mac versus PC and why it doesn't matter. See, I use a Mac. This is a MacBook Air, a MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro is a mid-2012 13-inch. As you can see, it's got MagSafe, Ethernet, Thunderbolt, Firewire, 2 USB ports, an SD card reader, headphone jack, and a disk drive, a optical disk drive, something that most modern Macs do not have, like this MacBook Air. This thing has a headphone jack and 2 USB-C ports. So as a DJ, it doesn't really matter what you use. Whether it's Mac or PC, it doesn't really matter because DJ software is cross-platform. Mac, PC, you name it. They all work on both. But you gotta look at the specs, the price. But I guess if you're willing to spend the extra money, get a Mac. If you are wanting to not spend as much money, PC. I used to have a PC like way back. I mean, this was 2009 to 2013. So it looks like I haven't used a PC in nearly 7 years, 8 years. When I bought this computer right here, I went from being a PC user to a Mac user. And I'm loving the screen, the keyboard, the trackpad, it's multi-touch, and I've gotten so used to the Mac operating system over the last 7 years. It's come natural to me. But I guess if you have been in that Windows ecosystem, I would suggest getting a PC if you're used to that operating system. I mean, they all act the same, they all, feel the same. With a Mac like this one, it automatically starts up as soon as you open it up. And I'm loving the keyboard, the trackpad, everything about the Mac. It's so responsive. I don't have to worry about viruses. I've had this one for 7 years. Didn't have to worry about a single thing when it came to viruses. I mean, PCs are exactly the same thing, especially when it comes to Windows 10. They got rid of the virus thing when they updated to Windows 10. So I'm going to shut down my Mac so I can show you what the inside of this computer looks like. As you can see, it's nice, small, portable, lightweight. So this is basically Apple's netbook, if you will. And this is their main laptop, the MacBook Pro, mid-2012 13-inch, which is doing very well. I'm going to show you what the Mac looks like. I'm going to show you what the MacBook Air looks like without the cover. I'm going to take the cover off, and as you can see, it's a space gray. Yeah, it's a space gray MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. And I bought this as soon as I got the Mac because I needed protection. I guess that's one thing that makes PCs is the material they use. They use plastic, and of course we got aluminum. And aluminum is not a bad piece of material to make a computer out of. But the aluminum is it's prone to chipping, as it is on a MacBook Pro. It's prone to get scratches, dents, like this one does. There's a big dent right here in the computer. But with PCs, they're made out of plastic, which makes them more rugged for outdoor environments. So you gotta look at all those factors of, how much you're willing to spend, how durable you want your computer, what operating system, because at the end of the day, Virtual DJ, Rekordbox, Serato, they all work on the exact same platforms, Mac and PC. They're cross-platform. They have a Mac version, and of course they have a Windows version of all your favorite DJ software. Doesn't really matter. So I use a Mac because I use an iPhone, I have an Apple TV, so that means I can go from the Mac to my Apple TV when I'm previewing my video before I upload to YouTube. And it's so convenient, especially AirDrop. AirDrop is one of the reasons why I still use a Mac, because I record my vlogs, I record my videos right here on the iPhone, and I AirDrop it right to the Mac, and I can edit right from the Mac and upload it straight to YouTube, which is one of the main reasons why I stay with a Mac, because it's more convenient to use with my iPhone. Even when I get a phone call, I can see who it is on the Mac, I can decline it, and I can answer it. That is called continuity. A lot of that stuff is continuity, and of course iCloud Drive, even though Google and Microsoft have their own cloud-based services and stuff. See, all this stuff comes natural to me, and it's all synced together. Makes life a whole lot easier for me, which is why I personally use a Mac. So this Mac here is a MacBook Air 2018. This has a 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5 with 8 gigabytes of RAM. This has a 2.9 gigahertz Intel Core i7 with 8 gigabytes of RAM. And it's a great computer. I've had this computer for 7 years. I've had this one for 2 years, almost 3 years. Well, I've had it for a year, almost 2 years. This is the newer computer. Yeah, this is the newer computer, and this is the older computer. This is a MacBook Pro mid-2012. I bought this one in 2013, and I bought this one in 2019. And when it comes to PCs, I mean, there are so many manufacturers out there. You gotta look at the spec. You gotta take a look at the brand, what it's made out of, how much it is. Because even a well-spec'd PC is almost the exact same as getting a Mac, especially when it comes to the gaming laptops. So gaming laptops are equally to the same price as a Mac. And you can even find some used Macs for cheap. And you can update them to the latest version of the operating system, and it'll be good to go. So it doesn't really matter, because your DJ software works on all platforms, Mac and PC. I wouldn't recommend Linux or Chromebooks, because those don't have any DJ software, on them. It's only Mac and PC. And my office computer is actually an HP NV20 touchscreen desktop. I use that for my DJ work, manage social media, manage my YouTube, all that kind of stuff, all on that computer. And it would be just as good if I was DJing on a Windows PC, which is what I might get in the future, because I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on a Mac. And it goes to show that it doesn't really matter what we use as DJs, as long as it works best for you. I guess you gotta think about the ecosystem, you gotta take a look at what other devices you have, and see what computer is best for you. And it's all about research. And there's a lot of reasons why I use a Mac. Continuity, things like AirDrop, answering phone calls on my Mac. What else? AirDrop, iCloud Drive. Yeah, AirDrop, answering phone calls, answering text messages, email, all that stuff is synced to multiple devices, which is one of the reasons why I like a Mac. But I also like PC. I actually have a Windows account to log into if I want to use any Windows applications on a Mac. And what's really great about an Intel-based Mac is I can use an Intel-based Mac with Boot Camp. Boot Camp is a great way to run Microsoft Windows on an Intel-based Mac. You won't be able to do that on the M1 Macs, which I'm okay with. I mean, Windows should stay with Windows, and Mac should stay with Macs. So if you have a Mac, you should use Mac OS. If you have a PC, use Windows. So that's basically what Apple's trying to do. See, each operating system should stay with its own machine. It should run natively on that machine. These Macs weren't meant to be dual booted with Windows and Mac. But an Intel-based one is because, it's an Intel processor. They both have Intel. They both are almost the exact same specs. But the newer Macs, they set apart from the Windows. If you want Intel or the M processors, which I would highly recommend staying away from. The Intel-based Macs are still good for right now, for at least as of 2020. I actually have two Intel-based Macs. One is an Intel Core i7, and the other is a Intel Core i5. So it doesn't really matter what we use as DJs, whether it's a Mac or a PC. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is what works best for us and what software we're willing to use, because all DJ software is compatible with both platforms, Windows and Mac. So that's what I like about both, is that you can run DJ software on multiple computers. And if I wanted to run Serato on my office computer, I could. But it's an office computer. It's meant for office stuff. So I just wanted to do this quick little video for you guys. Talk about Mac versus PC and which one is better and why it doesn't matter what we use as DJs. And here's one thing we need to do. We need to stop bashing other DJs. Just let us use what we like. When it comes to lighting, controllers, laptops, mixers, speakers, it doesn't really matter as long as it gets the job done. Because both Mac and PC, which I have both Macs, I don't have a PC to show, but both Mac and PC, they get the job done. It just doesn't really matter. So I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a positive comment in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.